Take Good Notes, a raw and emotional true story about a mother's relentless fight to tell the truth about her son's imprisonment. When her son is accused of being a murderer, aggressor, and abuser, her world shatters. But the truth tells a very different story. This is Tanya Branch, and this is her reminder to take good notes.
Hey, I'm Tanya, the author of Take Good Notes.
And I'm Carissa Fox, and I am Tanya's friend that helped her tell her story. And we're here to share with you Tanya's journey, which starts with her and ends with something tragic. And this story is about a topic that really isn't talked about a lot, huh, Tanya?
Most definitely.
And it's about domestic violence. And it's not the kind of domestic violence we're used to talking and hearing about. And it's not really an easy subject.
Right. We need to break the stigma of everybody thinking generally that women are victims and men, it just doesn't get talked about enough. So we want to bring some light to that.
And not to discredit that women are victims, because they are, and they're more
1,000%.
Yes.
1,000%.
To make that clear, they are victims more
Yes.
often than men, but the number of men that are in domestic abuse cases is pretty profound, and it's not a small number. It just isn't really talked about.
They don't tell. They just don't tell.
But you do, and that's where your book comes in.
But I do, and
Yeah.
I did tell. And I'm going to keep telling.
So how we got started with this was kind of at the beginning end of the tragedy, right? And you were feeling that you needed to do something, and you wanted to write a book.
Yeah. So my son is currently serving a 15-year sentence in prison for voluntary manslaughter. They charged him with first-degree murder. At first, my son took a plea deal that I really didn't agree with, but now it's time to tell the story of what really took place. And we need to shed light on that, only because it's happening not to just my family, but to somebody else's family. And I have to keep going back to boys, because really that's what I'm talking about. We all know about girls. You're teaching your children about girls. You're telling them, hey, son, don't hit no girls. Nobody's telling the girls not to hit boys. Nobody's talking about that. If they are, I've never heard it. I know I didn't tell my daughter not to hit nobody. That discussion was never had. I think if that starts early, then things would be a lot different. And so that's why we're here.
Yeah, the premise of your putting this together and telling this story is because all the signs were there, all of the information was there, and all of this still slid on by and ended, with your son in prison. And the beginning of the book journey